still just got the lake.
Oh,
Waiting
right.
for TPB Lab.
Go live. Right, we'll try that. Just try clicking go live on this, on that end of the stream. No, hang on, what's going on here? Why has my screen all of a sudden gone really, really dark?
That's just kicked up a notification saying you're on.
Yeah, well, there we go. Unfortunately, it does seem to be stuck on my my orgasm face. And
Mate, it's not even got to orgasm face here.
yeah, that's all you've got. Well, I don't know why.
No. It's not even orgasm face.
Aha. Hello there, Shadow Knives. Thank you very much for dropping in. Hello, Ben. Obviously, you're here. And hello there, Paul. Thank you very much for dropping in, everyone. It is a pleasure to see you all. Unfortunately, I do not know why this is going on like this.
Right. I don't know if they can see you or not. Let me mute myself. I'll mute my mic, so then I can see if I'll turn my volume up, see whether or not you actually are live.
Yeah. Right. No. This is a pain in the ass.
Is your floaty head?
What was that, sorry?
Hold on.
According to this, we have excellent condition.
Yeah, it's just mentioned orgasm face.
Right.
So I think it's up to its usual slow level of delay.
Right, just delay.
Yeah, but it's really wrong that it's just we've defined the delay by orgasm face.
Yeah, but you know, it is what it is.
And we're like 3 minutes into the stream.
Yeah, but at least it's, you know, apart from a false start there, we are now live. It is now actually working. It's not working perfectly, but hell, my laptop is older than some people playing paintball. There we go. Right, so let's do this. Lads, lasses, people with glasses, and of course, all of those in between. My name, in case you didn't already know, is Dexter. I'm currently being joined by Mr. Ben Rex. Albert had to nip out, so he should be with us later. Colin is putting the little one to bed, and I haven't heard anything from the Charlie man, so he may be along. I don't know.
Well, at 7:45, he sent me pictures of a whiskey tumbler, so with his delicate disposition, he could already be drunk and passed out.
Yes, that's it. He doesn't exactly have much body mass for to consume much in the way of whiskey, does he?
No.
Shadow Knives says, Dex, you have to try the new COD, mate. It's sick. Shadow Knives, I have been playing the new COD. I'm only playing the Warzone modes, and I absolutely love Plunder. I like playing Battle Royale games, but I don't like the fact that you die and then you're done. I know that at least with Warzone, you can get revived by teammates, and if you win in the Gulag, you get one chance to go back yourself. But I prefer Plunder in that you can just die and respawn, but you do still have that huge map to play across. It's brilliant. Kingfisher, hello there, by the way. You're saying that it's still lagging a bit. I think that there isn't that much that I can do to fix that. I can try and see what I can do, but unfortunately, I'm not really sure what much more I can do at the minute to try and correct that.
How long did we spend last week trying to get it to play, let alone be all right?
Yeah, I think we spent. Minutes? Yeah, I think we spent over an hour trying to get it to work at all last week. Yeah.
Who's it that got really freaked out because they thought we'd finished? That was it. Colin got freaked out because I got a message from Paul Cross. He was like, "How do you know this? I thought you'd stop streaming."
Yeah, that was it. I believe that he was under the impression that we'd finished the stream and that we're just talking between ourselves. Kingfisher says lots better now. Yeah, I think it's just been a bit of a stumble to start. It probably doesn't help that I was trying to defrag my computer just before going live. So chances are there was a little bit dieback off that. But yeah, things seem to be working for now. So you know we've got that. So anyway, everyone in the chat, how are you doing? I am doing absolutely fantastic today. Ben, how are you doing?
Oh, I've been all right, mate. Still busy as hell at work. Having half the staff in trying to get as much, most of the customers' tyres still sorted and rolling. So it's been lots of driving about all around the county.
Canny.
Just flying about trying to get stuff sorted. And this weather really isn't nice for fitting big black rubber ring.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's not the best sort of weather to be out doing that sort of stuff in at the minute. It's
Well, my driver's tan's already started, so there's
yeah.
a clear definition between forearm and bicep.
Nice. So, you see, you need to get yourself into a vest top for when you're doing it, so you can have the tan all the way up now.
No.
See, I must admit, a driver's tan is far better than the gardener's tan that I had a while back. Was just as I was leaving my old job and moving into my new job, I'd been out weeding a flower border all day in the baking sun, and where my t-shirt had rose up and my pants had crept down, I had a sunburn all the way. I had like a tramp stamp sunburn.
Basically, you burn your builder's crap.
Oh yes, I had a lobster as a as an arse crack, basically. Hello there, Martello. Thank you. Yes, spooky head indeed. I'm going for the Holly from Red Dwarf theme.
Oh, saying that, Promised Land's on tomorrow, 9 o'clock, on Dave.
Cool.
Feature length, brand new, Red Dwarf.
You see, I think we've talked about this previously, but I'm really unsure how I feel about the new Red Dwarf. I'm going to have to watch it at some point, but I haven't watched any Red Dwarf from the Only the Good Die Young episode. I haven't watched anything that they did after that.
You're a fucking disappointment then.
But it's because they did that, and I know what TV shows are like for when they go and try and do reboots and remakes and things like that. It never works as well as you hope, and I don't want to spoil Red Dwarf by watching stuff that is then going to be abysmal.
I'll say this now, right? I went in, I watched the new stuff because obviously Dave did the first bit, and I was like, all right, I'll give it a chance.
Yeah.
They fuck it up, it ruined the whole thing.
Yeah.
But no, it was just the same cheesy, silly jokes, same cast, same level of banter, and it's just like, they just got a bit wrinklier. That was my only view of it. Yeah. So that's why now I'm actually looking forward to this feature length one, because they release the first 5 minutes and it's just like, yeah, same. I want more of this, whereas the rest of it, 5 minutes isn't good enough.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, if you reckon it's that good, I will give it a chance, and I'll I'll take your word for it, and I'll actually try watching the new stuff. Mind if it's bad, you're not coming on stream again.
That's fine. I've just turned verbal abuse into more sustained, intense physical abuse because I'm going to see you as often as I speak to you.
Yes, I suppose, yeah. Now, what I am wondering about here, for some reason, the chat that is popping up alongside the screen, I'm not getting all of the same comments that are popping up in the live chat. Don't know why that is.
I mean,
from what I can see, it looks.
Well, the last one I can see in the live chat, separate on to the video, is Shadow and I saying wagwan, but then everything that's on the screen, in the video screen, none of that's there.
Right. Well, I've got comments from Kingfisher. Yeah, right. The past few comments I can see, I've got Kingfisher saying it's miles better. I've got Shadow Knife saying come play with Knife Only, sweats on Team Deathmatch. I used to love playing Knife Only, especially on Free For All or things like Gun Game and stuff like that, and just winding people up because they couldn't complete the game or they couldn't win the round because he kept stabbing them and knocking them down a level. I used to have massive amounts of fun doing that. I believe there is actually still YouTube videos on my old YouTube channel of me doing that. Richie Wong says, Dexter's missing body, 5G caused that. yeah. Pretty much. You know, the minute it's blame 5G for everything. Which,
all right. There's a roundabout near me,
Mhm.
and on the black parts of the chevron signs,
yeah,
they've written, what is it? Something about 5G. What was it? I've seen some. Oh, so it's like 5G blame, like 5G end now.
yeah.
On the same roundabout, one of the signs leading up to it, in the corner, same kind of spray paint.
What was it?
And then
What was that there, Ben? You cut out just as you were about to say what it said in spray paint.
free Tommy.
Right.
Another sign
Oh,
on another
God.
end roundabout was like 5G caused Brexit or Brexit caused 5G. And it's just like,
Yeah.
what?
Oh, God. Oh, man. There is some special people. I mean, as Richie Wong says, special needs. And Martel says only special people in the chat. So, well, but I don't know if you've just seen it or not, Ben. But I suppose while we are talking about 5G, let me show off the latest in this summer's fashion wear. Right now, have I got the right? I think I've got the right share screen here. Right, so if I click over to the share screen, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that may be interested, you can pick up an I Survived 5G, I Survived the 5G Outbreak of 2020 t-shirt for £10.58. If you want to head over to my Teespring store, there is a link, of course, in the description down below. This is, of course, premium sportswear for the summer. Go check it out, as well as other t-shirts like the Live Laugh, Live something, laugh something, play paintball t-shirt. I can't remember.
That's funny. You can't remember your own merch.
I can't remember. I don't need to remember because there's a link in the description down below.
To be fair, the best. I still think I still need to get one. The best one that I've seen is the purple one that says it's just the light.
Oh, it's just the lighting, yes, for Albert's for Albert's purple head when we used to have the face cams on.
Yeah, but do you know what it really reminds me of? It doesn't remind me about that. It reminds me of going into. I think I was going to Mayhem. Like the only room I've found, there's only a double room I could get at a Premier, and went in.
Yes.
Went in the room. I'm like, it's ground floor.
Yeah.
It's right. It's a fully accessible room. It's like, right.
Yep.
So it's got all the extra like fucking handrails and that in the bathroom. I think it's fine. Flick the first light switch. Bang. Purple lighting around the bed surround was like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Porno mood lighting in the room with all the extra handrails.
That's all I think about when I see those t-shirts.
Yep. That's it. Do you think that there might be a different reason other than disabilities that those handrails are in those rooms?
When I saw the lighting, yes. It's just like, it doesn't smell too salty in here. I'll give it a go.
Yeah. Yes, I believe the porn lighting in those rooms is actually quite good. Yeah. Richie Wong says, order a size bigger if anyone is buying. Yeah, I believe Chan got, I think it was a medium. I think his was a little bit, like, sort of, not tight, but no, not even snug, just, I suppose, comfortable. But Chan also got one of the don't mind me, I'm just playing with my cocker t-shirts. I'm very, very pleased that Richie and Chan are actually happy with theirs.
Yeah, that was it. It was Richie that posted up saying that he was a bit snug.
Yeah. So like, well, as he says, yeah, get a size bigger. Richie Wong, is that many? How many? Is that meant to be? How many Albert shirts did I sell? I believe I sold one, and it was to you. Shadow Knife says, what editing software do I use? Because he's looking to edit gameplays. At the minute, I use Sony Vegas from, I think, 2011. Yeah, that's how long I've had that. It's a bit of an idea of how long I've had this laptop. But yeah, I still use Sony Vegas from 2011. I think it cost us around about £30 at the time. Of course, there is other editing software that you can use. If you're just starting out editing videos, you could try just Windows Movie Maker if you've actually got a computer that it's on. Other than that, I believe you can edit video on OBS if you actually just want to download that. I've never actually edited a video on OBS myself, but there is some YouTubers who have received a certain amount of success who have actually just started off by using OBS. From there, you can start looking into things like Adobe Premiere Pro, I think it is, or you can... there's loads of stuff. But personally, I still use Sony Vegas. It's ancient, but I haven't got the money to buy anything better at the moment. Not that I may actually edit much videos, so... The other option, I believe YouTube actually has an editor as well. So if you want to create videos, you can literally upload them straight to YouTube. You can edit them on there, and YouTube also has a selection of copyright-free music that you can use if you want to add music to your gameplays or anything like that, which means that you're less likely to get copyright claims in the future, because that is a big one. I have had videos where either the music has just been wiped from them completely, which then completely messes with your video, or you get a copyright claim for any content that you may have spent days working on a video, and then somebody copyright claims it and it's knackered. I mean, I did a early on in the days of this channel, I had a Final Fantasy VIII Let's Play video. I think I got about 9 parts in. Each part was, I believe, only something like 15 minutes long or something at the time. Because obviously I was only able to upload 15 minutes at a time, roughly, when I started. And I think two sections or 2 videos out of those 9 were copyright claimed because of music that was in the gameplay videos. Even though it was only maybe a small segment, still got claimed. So yeah. Hello there, Jamie. Thank you very much for dropping in. I hope that you're doing good, man. I hope that you're getting something sorted out. Shadow Knives, 1v1 on COD. What console you got? What console you got?
It doesn't matter, Muppet. It's crossplay.
Yeah, but
you only need to have the Activision, and you can do it.
Can you? I didn't know that you could actually crossplay with other people that were actually on other consoles and have them in party chat and everything.
I don't know about. I think you can. I think you might be able to do game chat. I'm not sure about party chat.
Yeah.
Because when you press whichever triangle Y button or PC Master Race button to get onto the social bit.
Yeah.
First thing that comes up is obviously your friends tab. You then press the same button again if your console or whatever it is again. You can add friends. You can then, as soon as you come onto the bit, you can choose to buy Activision account, gamer tab, whatever PlayStation's name version of it is, other console bit, or PC.
Yeah.
So you can either add their Activision account, the same console account, insert generic name for it here.
Yeah.
The other console or PC.
Right.
So you'll be able to should be able to do it through that. So you should be able to see it when your friends are online. So I'm not sure whether or not you'll be able to hear each other unless you're in game, but you should at least be able then to have your friends socially play with.
You'd think. I mean, obviously, I know crossplay, it's still in the early days, mate. Well, he actually says he's on Xbox, so it is entirely possible. But with crossplay being in the early days, nothing's guaranteed yet. But you would think you'd be able to invite other players that you're playing with at that point to a party chat. Jamie says he's actually at work. Well, congratulations, man. That's good to hear. I was a little bit worried about how some of you guys were doing. I heard that Martin is apparently in work as well. Unfortunately, I haven't heard from anybody else, so I don't know if you have. If you have, then let us know. Feel free to let us know, man.
Hang on, he's finally replied to me. Hang on. I can't really crap at multitasking. I can't talk and type at the same time. Otherwise, I was going to say what I type or type what I'm saying.
Yeah. You're working at Stakeford Nurseries. Very canny, man. That it's not too far to travel for you then, and that is literally right beside where I used to live. Yeah, pretty much. It's because Stakeford Nurseries. That is right where the council yard is, if I'm correct. Where the council yard is, you've got Stakeford Nurseries, and then the row houses, and I lived in one of those.
Council yard, aka the job centre.
No, it wasn't a job centre. It was literally the council depot where like all the council workers worked.
I know, I'm taking the piss.
You know what, Jamie? Are you learning anything about plants then? Oh man, that's. I don't know if it'd be ironic, but a lad that I trained as a gardener, went to work in an electronics factory, and one of the lads that I worked with in the electronics factory is now working as a gardener. Oh, Ben, I wish Chan had an Xbox because it'd be great to actually get him on as well. Jamie, anytime you want to play as well.
Oh god.
Go on, Ben. What were you saying?
No, because I've just read.
Ben, if you're talking, I can't hear you. I think I've lost Ben. Shadow Knives, you might stream the 1v1 on Twitch. Shadow, I don't know how we can do one-on-one, because I'm up for it, but I don't have the proper game. And like I keep saying, I'm a pauper. I'm not joking when I say I'm a pauper. I can't afford to buy the proper game. Thing is, I don't even know how much of the normal game I would actually play. I don't know how much of the normal game I would actually play. I don't really have the time nowadays. Like if this had been, like 7-8 years ago, I would have been on I was on my Xbox every moment that I could get on there. But I just
sorry, my bad. I had to drop in. Fucking
no worries.
My sound went.
What were you saying? Sorry.
Yes.
Aha! The Chinese man is here. Finally.
I message and he shall appear.
Yes. Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Yeah, that's the new thing now. Like,
what, we have to summon you?
No, people put posts up and then asking for X, Y, or Z, and then the comments just get spammed with tags of my name.
Yeah.
Look, to be fair, he was asking. So it was Chris Davis asking for who's the king of freak boring. So you got tagged, but then what a lot of people didn't realise till I mentioned it. Every time you're tagged, you get a notification.
Yeah.
Every time someone likes a post that you're tagged in, even if it's your own, you get a notification. And that's one we found out. It's the long-running thing of liking, tagging everything, posting everything about Steve Monk's Day is tomorrow, the 9th. Don't know why it is. He doesn't know why it is. But he was saying yesterday he might just let his battery die just before midnight.
Right. So, got to do it before midnight then? No, it's not really the same, is it?
No, because it only counts on the 9th.
Right.
Anything before or after is just harassment.
But on the 9th, it's alright. For those 24 hours.
Reason.
Oh, that's... Ooh. Richie Wong says, where's the purple one, the lanky one, and the skinny one? Well, the skinny one has now joined with Richie.
So what am I then? The gobby, the sweary, the abusive, the beardy?
All of the above. Say Chinese man 3 times and a Marani appears. And yes, as Ben says, get an
Xbox.
Yes, got an Xbox yet, Chan? Dex is asking. Chan, I think you've got even less time than that. Well, I know for a fact you've got less time than me. I don't know. I literally don't know how Chan it works. And the bloke just doesn't seem to stop. I'm pretty sure he's probably working now.
I'm pretty sure he's got insomnia.
Yeah. Shadow Knife says...
If he doesn't, he's managing well with the sleep deprivation.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I think he is working a 23-hour day. They got 7 or 8 days a week. Shadow Knife says, nowadays I only play Xbox when I'm bored because I'd much rather spend time with my girlfriend than play on Xbox. Well, that's it. You see, at the minute I'd much rather spend time with my daughter than doing that.
Choose your words carefully.
Eh? I'm not even sure where I was going wrong there.
I was just giving you pre-warning because I didn't know what you were going to say. Considering this will stay up on YouTube, it's a case of how dick will he so instantly be?
I'm a good boy. I don't do trouble nowadays. Yes.
Well, while we've been on air, I just bought my Paintball Magazine Isolation Pack and a great big wall planner. So plan all the games that aren't happening.
Yes, well, Mr. Wong actually sent me this the other day. Now, if I can open it, and yes, it is a bit disappointing that we are now in a situation where we can't actually go and really play these. But yes, the nice glossy wall planner for this year.
Yeah, well, so I can just when stuff does find out in the case of I can just whack some stick or something up just to be like so I know when I'm playing, reffing,
yeah,
fucking being Chan's sales merchandise bitch.
Yeah. You know, I can't help but wonder, like, do you think would be worth just like closing my eyes, turning around a couple of times and try sticking a pin in this and seeing when we're actually allowed out to play again?
No, this is the game that Mayhem are actually doing.
Yep.
At the minute on their well, I can't remember if it's on the big game page or their own page. But if you can guess the day we get told stuff can go back to normal, you can win a ticket for big game. Well, that's whenever big game happens. Because obviously, if it just goes on past the 3 months, they're given like the worst case scenario for the minute.
Yeah.
Sony big game have said as long as it's on a fucking end of a month, they don't care when it happens, even if it ends up being January or February.
Yeah.
Next year to get Pacific 10, I think it is, which is the last big game of the Pacific series. Hopefully not the last big game.
Yeah, hopefully not. It would be a shame for to see another big game go.
Hello.
Hello there, Colin. Thank you very much for dropping in.
Colin, you do know we are actually on air this time.
No, I didn't, to be honest. I just guessed you were.
Yeah. And it does actually appear it appears things are actually working. Ah, Chan, we didn't even know that you were gone. We've been talking to you. We thought you were just being ignorant.
All right. No, I was,
to be fair, the last time I was on and it said about it being, I didn't know you were on.
That's because it was I'd asked if you tried at the stream.
Yeah, I asked if you were streaming, got told no. Or no, I asked if you'd finished the stream, got told yes. So assumed that you'd finished streaming, but just having a bit of a chat after.
Yeah.
No, I think apart from me and Albert having a video one, it was only Paul Cross that was still here.
Yeah, that was it. There was only like 3 people, and that was including 2 people that were on the stream, that were also watching the stream. So yeah, that is something. Come on, guys. If he's haven't already, please share the stream around, get more people in, and hopefully we can encourage them to buy some of my I Survived the 5G Outbreak T-shirts.
Oh, to be honest, I'm not that one, but I'm going to get some of the merch. Just wait for payday again.
Well, that's it. At the minute, we're all kind of waiting on those paydays and hoping that there won't be our last at the moment.
Wait. To be fair, I don't really care about the payday. I'm more worried about the fact of that for the last 5 days, the hair valves from Deadly Wind have not moved on the tracking. Yeah. And then looking on the USPS site, it's a case of they can't guarantee even the priority mail to be there within a time frame to Great Britain as one of the countries.
Yeah.
But it was sent flat rates. It was like, yeah, that'll be here sometime.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that is the way that most things are at the minute. It's just going to be kind of hope and pray that things turn up at some point. As long as you've got tracking details though, and you can kind of keep track of where it is, that's a bonus.
True, but it's a case of I want it. I want it, Alex. I want
Yeah.
it to turn up so I can send it to Chan.
Yeah, and play with it, and get it back and play with it as soon as you can.
Well, there's no point getting it back too soon because I've got no flipping hair. But I'm not.
No.
Speaking of that, Chan, the screenshots I sent you, send the email.
Okay.
The email address is in the first one about the Gen 1 body. Second one is Fish's reply saying, send us an email, I'll see what we can do.
So apologies, blah. I need some parts. So why did he tag you?
Because if you look at the first one I sent you, I posted up saying, in need of a Gen 1 body, but obviously the UK distribution is shut. Would it be worth? Would it be possible to get it from either the US that's part open, or Germany, or is it just a case of
the US is shut now?
Have they shut that today? Because yesterday it was still unlimited.
I'm pretty sure I read something on one of the Planet Eclipse pages about the US planet being shut.
Mm.
Well, I sent you the link. Hang on, let me scroll through our chat.
I'm currently doing Lawnmower Destruction Derby.
Facebook.
Martello says, ask him about the money pants. Martello, those pants are to be never spoken about again.
Yes. Remind me of the money pants.
That was towards the end of that was towards near the end of the fall of Shoreline.
Shit shower.
Yeah. I bought a set of plain pants that they were advertised originally as a 1 of 3 set of custom plain pants, but apparently there was actually 5 pairs made. One was kept by the owner of Shoreline. Don't know where the other ones were, but there was another set were given out as a prize at a game. I bought those for £15 off the winner, Andy, a bit later on. I then wore them to a game. I believe it was the last Scotland versus England. Up at Prozone, up at I think it was Tazball Annan at the time. I pulled some poses in them and stuff. I believe I said as a joke, and I can't remember posting it online, which makes us think that somebody who was at the game was running and telling tales. I said at one point, I wonder how the guy that owns Shoreline will feel knowing that I'm in his pants. Oh, it was something to that extent. Because
your typical innuendo.
Yeah, because we all knew the guy hated me, as well as
for some apparent reason.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to be reasonably vague, but the guy hated me, and he hated a lot of other players. But I was one of the players that apparently had really got his back up. So I then, not long after that, the game went on, and there was also a thread going on Paintballer, which was something about undesirable UK paintballers or something like that. It was I think it might have been something like somebody feel free to check and remind us. It was something along the lines of Dirty Secrets of Paintball or something like that. The thread is still there if anyone wants to go and check it. Well, a whole load of accusations were made against this event organizer. The event organizer then did a response video. We're going back to what, I don't know, 2011 here or something? 2012?
To be fair, some of them you say might have been allegations, but there was definitely a good few paint vendors, i.e. manufacturers, that were left out of pocket because of it.
Yes. Yes. Well, because we are on YouTube, we will say allegedly left out of pocket.
No, actually.
Well, no.
Actually, because
I'm sorry, but I personally know someone who was left out of pocket.
Yes, I believe we all do.
no, it's one. Hang on, Dex. One of them even posted publicly that he was left out.
Oh, yes, I'm well aware. Remember
the cable manufacturing company.
Yeah, yes, I'm well aware. Remember, I was heavily involved in all of this. So, yeah.
Hang on. You didn't because of you. The phrase "sitting in a dingy bedsit" spawn.
No, that wasn't because of me. That was Mick Beebe. Yes. Basically, the guy that owned the event organizing company, he made this response video, and he also started up a web page called Paintball Soap Operas, I believe it was called. So,
just so we could post video replies.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about being egotistical, but you need to post video replies rather than written word.
Oh no, he did both. That was the thing. The Paintball Soap Opera page was basically a written response to everything with the video that he had made linked on it. Of course, the video was then linked back to YouTube. Well, I was featured out of, I think there was 4 players were featured in that video. There was Robbo, there was Mick Beebe, there was me, and someone else. I can't remember who the other person was. But anyway, so basically there'd been a whole list of allegations
yeah. I can't remember his name now.
There was a whole list of allegations were made against this event organizer.
Didn't that other player even get to the point of having T-shirts made?
Simon something.
Yes, Simon. Yes,
but I don't think that was who was featured in the video. Because apparently that player had been told, oh, he's gonna chin you and stuff if he ever sees you at a game. So walked up with them and went, I'm Simon, what are you gonna do? And apparently he turned tail and ran. Well, not literally ran, but he bottled it. You know, he
blanked him.
Yeah.
He blanked him.
Yeah, that was what I was told. I don't know if there is actually any truth to that. But anyway, so I was featured in this video, this hit piece video that was made. And because he was slagging us off, and the way that he described it, you would have thought that I'd broke into his house, gone through his drawers, stolen his pants, and then been running around
his kettle.
And and been running around bragging about it. And all I had to say was pretty much at the time, you know, somebody's attacking us because I'm not a wealthy guy, and I've bought a second-hand set of playing pants that he happened to have had made. It's not. I didn't buy his playing pants. I bought a set of playing pants that he had made. That was the end of it. That was all that there was to it on my side. And because he didn't like us, I joked about it. And he went off on one about it, and he accused us. He was saying stuff like, you know, or they called me and all of these other guys like non-playing goobers and things like that, and said, you know, like that they didn't even know who we were, and while he was out going and doing stuff at paintball games and things, you know, I was sitting in my grotty little bed sit, and like, what was it? I was sitting in my grotty little bed sit, and basically,
it was dingy bedsit.
Yeah, no, he used to say grotty little bedsit as well. But he would say stuff like that, and then say about, you know, like, oh, why wasn't I out playing paintball? And it was like, dude, in the video that you made as a hit piece, you literally showed, because he said, you know, why doesn't he go and spend some time with his wife or kids or something? And say, well, for one, I didn't have kids at the time, but I was at a paintball event with my wife, and you're saying, why don't I go and play paintball or spend some time with my wife? It was right silly. But there was he basically danced around a whole lot of things, because he answered, there was one of the accusations which he answered the exact accusation, but in the meantime they changed the accusation from it being one thing to something slightly different. So he kind of stepped to the side of that one and answered the original accusation, not the amended accusation. But anyway, it was a whole it was a complete clusterfuck. Everything that was going on at the time, and
Paintball community became very toxic at that point, and it was very much non-welcoming to new players, or not attractive to new players, should we say?
Yes, and I still believe that the paintball community is still being affected by that now. You know, there was players that left the community who haven't come back because of what was going on. There was players that possibly saw what was going on and went, "Screw that! I don't want to be involved." There was, I still think, you know, there was businesses that have still lost out monetarily because of all that stuff that was going on at the time. Because, at least in my opinion, one player got greedy. And I've got a lot of information to back my opinion up, but I don't really want to go full out and air dirty laundry all over the internet. I don't think it's the appropriate place for you to be doing that. At least not at the minute, you know. And I think I was a bit of a different person then, and I'll still step up and say if I think something's wrong.
Yeah, you were a non-playing goober back then.
Yeah, I was a non-playing goober that played more than I ever did. You know, especially considering I was playing all of his events, but he didn't know who I was, even though I'd stood and had conversations with him, and he could, you know, greet us by name at the time. My team captain at the time was a general for one of his events. We were at the time very well known, well, reasonably well known players in the UK. Me and the rest of the guys from Nest. But we became hated because we spoke out against things that we didn't think were right. So yeah, we had a guy that had a very big following try and turn that on us, which, yeah, it just led to a complete shit show. But yeah, there was even players that were playing at the time. Well, I've already said it, haven't I? There was players who were playing at the time who I believe have not come back because they are shamefaced because they supported the guy. They still don't want to admit that they were on the wrong side of things. They were getting free entry to events or discounted entry to events and stuff, and discounted paint and things like that. And it turned out that the guy was dodgy. But yeah, that's just that's like I said, it's just my opinion. So yeah, we'll move on from that.
No, just quickly to finish. I think there was one pipe manufacturer that was out of something like $90,000.
I believe it was around about $70,000, which worked out at the time as around about like 48 grand or something. Yes, that was currently one of the world's biggest paint suppliers, who sent them a whole load of gear, as I understand it, for their shop that they were running at the time.
Shop, site, events.
Yeah.
That was when they were also supplying other, as like the sole, I think at the time they were the sole distributor of that particular brand of paint.
They were, which then, because of the way that they were going on, people wouldn't buy those products.
In the UK, let me be clear.
People wouldn't buy those products in the UK because they didn't want to deal with that guy. So, Richie Wong says, shiny planner. This is going back a bit now. Paul Cross says he's got his isolation pack the other day. Martello, you can write on your own games. Martello, the problem is, at the minute, we're not sure what games we can actually write on.
Well, it depends how many people you can get playing the old Greg Hastings paintball game.
Yeah. Shadow Knives says, I was supposed to be trialing for SAS, but there's no chance of that happening now. Mate, just wait until all this blows over and you'll be able to get out and go play with them again.
I've just seen Gaffy's comments as he's come in now 43 minutes late. But yeah, because he said he's commented, why is Dex moving and I can hear him? This isn't the real TPB. He missed. If he'd have gotten here on time, he'd have seen the first 5-6 minutes were like, are we on? Is this on? What are we doing?
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to put up like a start and stream thing, and I'll just have to like mute the audio and set the start and stream like panel thing going, and then hopefully that'll get things booted up.
You need an inverted outro.
Yes, an inverted outro. Yeah, I'll have to do that. Paul says that he can hear Colin.
Oh,
Martello says, what payday? Well, yeah, Martello, I don't know if you're like me, but I don't seem to have a payday. I just perpetually seem to have an overdraft.
Well, I've tried to do my bit. That's why I thought, crap, that's what I've forgotten to do.
Yeah.
I meant to do it last week. It completely fucking went out of my head. But I have, while we've been on air, ordered my Paintball Magazine isolation pack and a wall planner.
Nice.
Just because I know it's not a lot, in the grand scheme of things, but
every little helps.
It's something to help support one of our own.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much why I'm selling the t-shirts, because, you know, like, the more people buy the t-shirts, the more chance I get of being able to afford to buy a new laptop and be able to do more streaming-wise. So I'll actually be able to, hopefully, get people on again. But,
He's tried to sell his arse, but that didn't work.
yeah, nobody'll really take it. I've been offered a couple of cheese pasties, but
you wear supplying welding goggles to stop the shine from the pale white skin.
hey, some people like white meat. Shadow Knives says, Dex, if I was you, I wouldn't have released merch until 1K. Well, Shadow Knives, that would be an option if I ever stood a chance of actually getting to 1K.
Well, the downside is, because of the isolation thing, and it was, or just so I don't fucking shoot myself in the foot, I'm pretty certain it was one of the people that's currently watching the stream that actually posted this up. There's so much content people are trying to put out now of player videos and stuff. It's like, yep, fine, brilliant. So it's always good, but and a few of the points I remember him making were, so I'm pretty certain it was Gassy.
Yes, it was. It was Gassy on UK Paintball.
Yeah, it's just like, why are we watching you? Why was your gun camera running at the floor?
Yeah,
not a lot going on. Conversations like about random crap that aren't about the game. Paint splat. Paint spray on the lens. Lots of the floor, the trees, the sky.
Which you can see why compilation videos work so well in paintball when it's just sort of quick snippets. People can get all of that content in one quick succession, as opposed to, you know, like, even if you watch a tournament paintball game and it's gun cam and head cam footage, when that lasts for 30 seconds and you haven't really seen anything other than a gunfire, it's a bit boring. Let's face it, it's a bit boring.
You mean the last 30 seconds and all you've seen is the bunker there
hiding behind? Yes,
they're manipulating with their barrel.
Yeah. Now, I must admit, I am guilty of uploading content like that.
Or the back of a hopper.
Yeah. Yeah. You see, like, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go for a head cam that was going to be on the side of my head. The problem with that is that you do end up with, sometimes the cam is blocked by the hopper, and then sometimes it's not. It depends on which channel I'm shooting with. It also depends which...
It works until you're shooting offhand.
Yeah, or, like, I normally have mine on the right-hand side of my head. If I'm in a bunker that is on my... If I'm shooting out the left-hand side of a bunker, my camera tends to be focusing more behind the bunker. So that's why I've taken to, like, over the past handful of videos I've actually uploaded, I tend to go for just the highlights, the bits that I find funny or really good kills or anything like that. I find I get more engagement with that sort of stuff. And I think that's the reason why people like Barker, there's Yellow Guy now, they're doing really well with their sort of funny, you know, the paintball fails and paintball sort of shenanigans series. What was that, sorry, Ben?
Bloopers.
Yeah, to an extent, blooper videos, because it's all of the funny stuff. You then have people like Artwood, where Artwood, you know, he does have a gun cam as well as his head cam, but, you know, it's the same with well, I suppose Artwood and the Hidden Hedgehog. They have their head cams and they tell a story as they're playing, so you can see them moving around and doing what they're doing. Same with Gaffs as well. Gaffs is a bit of a smaller YouTuber, but I still think he's brilliant as well. He's another paintball sniper. So the only time you really see them when they're shooting is when they're shooting at somebody is when they actually get their hits. For the most part, they do something so they're misses as well. But you're seeing the action, they're telling the story, and then you see the gun cam footage when they actually take the shot. It's not just constant gun cam footage on the screen and you're not really seeing much going on. I think that works. Those guys, they're doing what they can do really well. Aside from that, I think that the other one that does kind of work is obviously things like this. I mean, you've got like Martello's streams are always really popular. The popular unknown paintball. What was it? Popular unknown paintballer. Steve, he's quite popular. Behind the Bunker is generally quite popular. This format where people are getting together and sitting and talking, it's fun because people can stick it on and they don't even have to watch. They can just have it as background noise and they can listen and respond when they
want to watch us.
Steve, I've got to give full credit to Steve. His speed and quality of his content that's been put out with his podcasts, video interviews, even in like last year is absolutely phenomenal. I think it was only I can't think it was like end of last week or start of this week. He's had video chat with lads.
Yeah, I think that it was about a week ago that he did that, and that is like he's gaining traction really fast. He's doing really well.
And I can't remember if it's. Oh no, it's actually. If you're not going to be watching Red Dwarf tomorrow, I'm pretty certain that that Reaper is he's actually did a broadcast with. He's doing a broadcast with John Brower from the Northern Alliance,
right?
Which I think, if I work this out right, it's 8 a.m. in the Reaper's time. It's 8 p.m. for John Brower in the Netherlands, so I think it's going to be 7 p.m. here.
Yeah, that's actually not too bad.
No.
Yeah, I'll try and keep an eye out for that one because Reaper's an interesting one because I never really see much shared from Reaper, but yet Reaper is by all accounts doing really well.
Not so much on Facebook, but he's an absolutely phenomenal paintball ambassador. I've got to give him his due.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, he travels all over the world and shares stuff quite, well, he...
I remember seeing them like the morning after, and I think it was later in the evening when he ended up being with a lot of the Northern Alliance, a lot of Camp Loki.
Yeah.
The one thing you should never do is try and keep up drinking on a paintball weekend with the Dutch and the Swedes.
Yeah.
It just ends fucking badly.
You're going to end up in a mess.
If you have any doubts, speak to Gassy, because I'm guessing he's probably, if he's smart, I'm hoping Gassy's smart enough not to have tried to keep up with them.
Yeah.
But he's been there now for Loki for a few years, so he would have seen the effects of trying to keep up with them.
You see, Geordies can drink, but the problem is the Swedes and Dutch are generally a lot bigger than us.
No. The Swedes, yes, they can be. The Dutch, it's about 50-50. They're either quite small or they're fucking walking giants like John Brower.
Yeah.
But
John Brower makes me feel small.
But I remember when it wasn't Mayhem, last Mayhem, it was Mayhem before. Between going out on like the Saturday, because they had that little room just near the airplane that got that Mayhem let them just have their own little like enclosed staging area because I think there was about 30 of them. It was a case of they'd come in from between like the mini games. Out would come a bottle of spirits, get opened, neat, get passed around a couple of times, the bottle would be empty and back out to play.
Yeah. Well, when you're sweating a lot, you've got to kind of get those salts back into you. So you need that. That's what you need alcohol for, obviously.
Some of these were like really randomly strong fucking liqueurs. It's just like, yes, this tastes a bit like Calpol, but I know it's going to get me pissed and I'm going to go play in the sun. Brilliant.
Why is there sort of like open
Ja,
for all
das ist
and
very good. Ja.
I'm a bit.
Where's Schnaps from?
That's Germany, isn't it?
German.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I can't really do a Dutch accent, so you just got to make do with a. Ja,
Yeah.
das ist very good. Und Schnaps.
Ah.
Ja.
How are Dex? Really gold member from Austin Powers?
I love gold.
Oh, can you guys?
There you
You,
go.
you can't really say that Gold Member was a good Dutch accent,
My
though.
boyfriend's on.
It's
He was like Stoiger.
And I didn't even think about Gold Member there, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point there, Chan.
Well, I could say, what was it? Herr Dex Magmanagossen Waffen.
Nah, I've got no idea what that means.
Good, because it means Mr. Dex likes men with big weapons.
Which
Okay.
is probably true.
Well, I'm not gonna say no, am I? Ending for free. Oh well. Moving on. Richie Wong says that he's off for dinner, but then has also continued commenting. So we'll get to those in a second. Martello, have I still got the money pants? Unfortunately, Martello, I sold the money pants a few years ago because I needed money.
Did you profit? Did you profit of your 15 quid?
I believe I sold them for what I got for them, because the zip on them was knackered anyway. So the only thing that protected your nads was the flap that crossed over. But they were actually reasonably good plain pants. And the fact that they were one of five.
I've just spotted Martello's comment. PBM Moonshine is fucking evil.
You see, I don't think I've ever tried it, but I'll have to.
Right, you lot up north.
Yeah.
You need to come further south for games than Speed.
Or yous need to come further north.
Not when Mayhem isn't absolutely, because like, mate, the way I see it is Mayhem it's like Paintfest in terms of size, from my point of view anyway. But it's more about the playing, but then the bonus of all the social stuff. And because obviously
Mayhem's always been a better game.
It's always because it's basically it's boundaryless punter fields. There's a lot more going on in each area if you look closely.
Yeah.
Rather than now we've got a bit like a 20-30 meter gap between two different game areas in the woods where it's just woods. But honestly, it's the one game that I will always try my hardest to make sure I get to, because it's, even though it's the same field, doesn't matter because every gunfight's different, whether it be rain or shine. It's still fucking great, and everything isn't walking for ages. Obviously, it's still not as drastic as an example compared to comparing Paintfest walks to north versus south, but it's I want to say it feels concise and compact, but it's not. Everything is close enough that it's an easy walk, but big enough that you definitely know it's a big game. And
Mayhem is a
paint.
Mayhem is a proper big game. That concentrates on it's a fantastic site. Absolutely, it's probably one of the best sites I've played in the UK, hands down.
Yeah. See, everybody keeps telling us this, and it just makes us want to play Mayhem more and more. And I had been considering playing there was talk about Nest playing Mayhem last year, and then we never got around to it. And then there was talk about we're playing it potentially this year, and then I had a little girl, so and it doesn't. God knows when I'm going to get to go out and play again. The plan was I was going to go and play Speed, but well, yeah.
Right,
Corona.
Because you can't play Speed. Yeah. You can
we might still be playing
fucking
Speed. That's the thing. I don't know.
Right. Well, it's up to you. If it's me personally, because I've never played Speed.
Speed's a good game.
because obviously this could end
Speed
up
is a
being
fantastic game.
running towards June anyway,
Mhm.
right? Even if we go to this 3 months of this fucking lockdown, fucking restricted travel shite.
Yeah.
Worst comes to worst, use that paintball pass for Mayhem, right?
Mm.
You can save yourself a bit more money, and everyone else in the chat can do this too.
I can
On, I think, I can't remember if it's the big game page, you can basically guess the date, which we get told as the UK we're all clear.
Mm.
So that, and whoever gets the date right wins a free ticket to Mayhem's big game. But honest to God, it's such a brilliant weekend.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
like Paintfest, but the emphasis is on the game
Mm.
rather
On the
than the
play.
emphasis being on the social side of it and the fucking
Silly
theme,
party.
whatever.
Well,
To put it bluntly,
the only way I'll be able to play Paintfest not Paintfest, Mayhem this year will be if I win that free ticket. I am skint. I genuinely don't think I won't be able to afford it. Yeah, it's honestly as simple as that for me.
all right, Dex. I'll say this now in public, so and there'll be a record of it because it will still be on stream. If you can get the pass and it still is on, I'll pay for your ticket
Mm-mm.
and we'll get a twin hotel room. So therefore, your accommodation sorted.
Is that how
And
I'm
your
paying for
ticket's
the
sorted.
ticket?
No, hence I said twin, not double.
Yeah, but there's still going to be a bed in there, isn't there? The bed's,
Two
Two,
bed.
hence twin.
I don't like doing that, man. I don't like owing people like that.
It's not owing. It's not owing. It's a case of I enjoy your content. Yes, Gasty, I do need a swear jar, but I'm 3 pint cans of cellar deep, so yeah. It's not owing.
You know,
It's a case of I want you to be there. Doesn't matter if I've got to pay for you to be there or not. If your funds are more important to you at the minute, obviously having a newborn, just shut up and just accept the break.
just say what? Hang on, what did you say there?
Just shut up and accept the break from parents.
Break. Oh, that's a relief. That's not what I thought you said, mate. Oof. Oof.
It could have been worse. I could have followed it up with Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
Yeah. Oh God, no. No. Hold on. If we're going down this route, let's just put my red light on.
You
Doing
need
a sexy
purple-
dancing for you.
You need the purple. What's it? Oh,
Porn-
purple
porn light?
I'll
mood
make sure it's a Premier Inn with the mood lighting.
lighting.
Getting there nice and deep like.
It's all right. You know, you're all right, Dex, until he starts playing Barry White.
My everything. Oh man. Shadow Knives. I'm assuming that's meant to say cheeky breaky. Cheeky breaky. What's it? Suka bliat.
Just see Martello's comment. I like Dex being awkward.
I was born awkward. No, quite
to be
literally,
fair-
I was born awkward. I was going to come out arse
To be
first.
fair, as much as the Northern Alliance can field walk Mayhem, even with the smaller numbers compared to like the 100 odd people, like the 100 strong they are at EBG, they could quite easily clear the field by using Surströmming grenades. Crack the can, launch it.
Oh.
Yeah, that never came out at superheroes.
I don't understand how people are supposed to think that that's a delicacy.
Yeah, but have you actually? Do you actually know how they like? Because the way you're supposed to have it is you open the can, submerge
That's
in a
the
bucket
bad
of water,
part.
away from where you're eating. Yeah, but the can's submerged, so there's no spray. You do it away from there. The eating, so there's no lingering smell. You then have it with flatbread. Looks like it's creme fraiche.
Cream cheese.
Yeah, classic cream cheese, boiled potatoes, and chopped red onion.
Delightful.
The thing is, no food should ever have to be opened underwater to make it edible.
It's not the case of edible. It's just the case of it's. I mean, I don't know how many people have seen the videos of Willie McPhillam from Scottish Warriors Northern Alliance, but yeah, he's got a sensitive disposition when it comes to smells.
Yeah.
So he was balking at like the smell of it, and it took about 5 minutes of that before he tried a bit. But then they opened. That was when they got him to open the can just on the table in front of him.
The only way that cans of Surströmming should be opened is like at about half a mile away with a high-powered rifle.
You still smell it.
Yeah.
Just from the spray. Oh, can you imagine? Like if you stuck some tannerite behind it.
It's got the same lethal radius as nuclear fallout.
Oh man. Nigel says Mayhem's his next big game with these 2 pet sperms. Oh. Well, that is pretty much it, isn't it?
Still makes me laugh.
Just
That does.
on your comment regarding knives and paintball, it's no. Some games don't even allow barrel tags. They have the mercy rule.
Yeah.
Barrel tagging is acceptable. If you're doing a purely milsim game and rubber knives are allowed in the players pack, yeah, fine. Feel free to crack on. But
I do
Jeez,
think
they're
anytime people start getting like proper handsy at paintball games, yes, pushing the boundaries of asking for trouble. There is, you know, sometimes you've got like ex-squaddies who are trained to, we'll say, a high standard to respond if somebody comes at them with a weapon. And I think that's the part of the reason why people, like you said, some games, you know, like you said, Ben, some games will just outright say no barrel tags. It's you can try surrendering somebody, but that's it.
and that's
You're just mugging them.
And the no barrel tag rules mainly down to the fact of a barrel tag should be the side of the barrel
Yes.
against someone's arm or kit, never the head.
Yeah.
But the reason why they don't allow it is mainly down to the fact that they don't want someone creeping up on someone, putting the end of the barrel to them and saying, right, barrel tag, that person flinching, someone accidentally shooting the trigger and getting shot point blank, barrel touching them.
Yeah. Aye. I've
You'd have a job doing that with your barrel, Ben.
No, Colin, at North versus South in the evasion game, when I was playing, and I've still got my enemy patch somewhere. Can't remember what it was called now. But yeah, I was I managed to play on the enemy for the evasion game, and I actually did get a barrel tag with that Python kit and the 1-inch tip.
Very canny.
I wouldn't call it a barrel tag with yours. I'd just call it a marker tag.
Just a pistol whip.
Oh, no, just quickly mention how it's been mentioned. I was also going to say this.
Or LPR tag.
Yeah, pretty much. That's if they use the 1-inch tip. The LPR is actually longer than the barrel. But just now this has been mentioned, I was going to mention this when we were talking about the cameras. I've got the replay 1080p XD thing. I've got the actual proper mount for that, so it's feed neck mount.
Yeah.
If I can get decent enough footage with it, but there's not a lot I can do with it in terms of sound, especially when I'm running the Python kit, because the mic cuts out every time I shoot the E-Tech 4.
Yeah.
So basically, if I was you, Ben, if you wanted to do a nice edit for a video, is just put music over it all.
Yeah.
True. But then,
rather than just hearing the constant ting ting ting.
You don't hear the ting because it's a loud enough report. The mic can't handle it, so it's like having someone. It's almost like having a beep button, but there's no beep. It's just a case of it seems to cut out every time the sound seems to cut out every time you shoot.
Thing is, though, as well, Colin, like I said before, when you were talking about video editing earlier on, there is the problem of you've got to be careful where you're uploading stuff and where or what music you're putting on things. If you decide to go for like making videos and putting music over them, because there's a lot of bands or a lot of musicians will literally just strike your videos down, or the other one is they'll put a copyright strike on it, but they might not strike the video down, so they can then run adverts on your video that you've maybe spent ages working on. Effectively, you're working to put money in someone else's pocket like that. Which, if you're not making videos to make money or anything, that's not an issue. But if you are doing it as a job, which a lot of bigger YouTubers actually are, that's not nice. Hello there again, Jamie.
You can pay certain things to mean that you can use other people's music.
Oh yeah, there is a
fee you pay
music and
pays
stuff.
Royalties.
Yeah, there is royalty-free music sites, and there is even sites where you can do what you just say. You can even pay an artist directly. There's a guy added a paintball that added us on Facebook. I think it was just a little while ago. Called John. I can't think what his surname is at the minute, but I think he's pretty much an Elvis impersonator, and he listed he put some stuff up on Facebook the other day saying like if anybody wanted to use the tracks that he'd done, feel free. Well, it's an option. Shadow Knives. It is basically a tiny weeny little barrel.
Right, the Python kit is basically got
his barrel is an inch long.
No, let's get it right. The inserts are 1 3/4 inches long.
Yeah.
Basically Tech T copied it with their iFit, which is like the pre-barrel. Pre-barrel bore, almost. Kind of like a glorified hammerhead fin.
Yeah.
Apart from you can change the insides out. But Python also did a 1-inch tip. So once it's screwed in, the actual tip length is 1 inch long. So it means that with that screwed onto my E-Tech 4 as an example, there's about 3/4 of an inch difference between the end of the LPR and the end of the barrel. So with having the replay on the E-Tech as well, it meant there was about 1/2 inch between the end of the camera on the feed neck mount and the end of the barrel.
So what you're saying is that like your tip just sticks out about an inch more than everything else?
If you want to put it that crudely, yes. The size is.
Yes, I do want to put it that crudely. Oh man, I always want to put it that crudely.
Yeah, but Dex, when I had the SAR, which had the Gen 1 SAR, which had the changeable fins on the 20-inch hammerhead.
Yeah.
That and a couple of the hammerhead links I had, I could put together, I think it was something like the 20-inch hammerhead out of the SAR, Gen 1 SAR, an 8-inch carbon front, plus a 3.5-inch custom carbon front that I got from Going Post that was a 1 of 2.
Yeah,
it was a custom mofo order, plus a tip. So it's like I could reach out and touch someone that was like 3 foot.
The problem is like you want something with a bit of length to it, but you also don't want it that big that you can't get it up.
Oh, but that's the thing. I could get it up, and especially now doing the job I'm doing, I'm swinging. Like health and safety joys, a £4 off-the-shelf lump hammer doesn't cut it. I've got a cut-down sledge as my daily hammer of choice for thumping rubber, which is £10. So it's like just under 5 kilos. So getting it up and keeping it up is an issue.
Oh dear.
That's why I make the SAR. Short or long, I'll still chuck it out there. And to be fair, I managed to scare more people, Colin being one of them, with the shorter length.
Well, no, you don't scare people. You just deafen them.
Well, I could see the look in your eyes as I fired it over your shoulder at Paint Fest the first year I had it, and there was just like you looked over your shoulder, looked back at me with fear in your eyes.
Someone's lost it.
Is that Dex?
I think so.
Oh god. Just the audio of that. If anybody that can make comic strips is ever listening to that, please, you know what needs to be done.
What? I need to be memed into. You looked over your shoulder, and I could see the fear in your eyes.
When I fired it over your shoulder, I could see the fear in your eyes.
Oh,
Oh
you're welcome.
God. Shadow Knife says, anyone know if there's any swordfish kits for the TPX? I don't even know what a swordfish kit is.
To be fair, and this is not a shameless plug, but I think it's the A5 barrel.
Mhm.
The stock barrel is
Stock
TPX.
Phenom barrel is fantastic in TPX.
Yeah. I did the same with the stock that I had, but apart, say to it now, a bit more length to the barrel. The stock A or the stock Phenom barrel, they fit straight in. No issues with it fitted inside the front block of the TPX. And if you're wanting to get something that's bore matched, Northern Custom Works, £25 plus return postage, includes return postage.
Yes, I would highly recommend Northern Custom Works. He does all of my custom work for me, and I massively appreciate it.
Yeah, it's like that the wooden handle with the leather wrap grip. Not my idea at all. It's a case of here's my marker, do something with it. This is the kind of rough idea I want. It's a case of like, all I want to do this. It's like, mate, you're the fucking weird heavy metal magician. Crack on.
Yeah, I think Chan's going to do really well when he has a stall set up at events. Because
it's like even when I dropped the marker to him, it was like, well, you'd have gotten these for doing ECPL round. Have them now. It's like, right. So that's why I've now got the was it 223? One's a 532, one's a something 16th. The two Allen key things. They're brilliant.
yeah, they're really nice.
Plus, it's quite funny seeing when his custom EMX that he does for people go up, including his own, go up on like the US, go up on like the US EMX owners groups, and they kind of like to, because all they're doing over there is 3D printed body, 3D printed back caps and stuff. You've got Paintball Gateway doing their own version of like the adjustable trig, billet aluminium anodized back caps, but they're still not as nice as the work that Chan kicks out.
No, they're not. The only thing that I've kind of seen that turned my head when it comes to EMX stuff from elsewhere, at least that I can think of off the top of my head right now, was a couple of days ago. I saw somebody had 3D printed a Kraken themed EMX body.
That 3D mocker of an EMX body for the Kraken. That phenomenal.
Yeah. That looked really good, yeah.
Specifically, I mean, there's stuff like I've seen like because there's so many links if you look at the EMX groups for like shapeways and stuff.
Yeah,
I think there was one. The rear half, like feed neck back, was twister style.
Yeah,
for the body, but then it had a rail on the front and the side of it. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
or
why?
A rail on the front. It's like, why would you have a rail with a twister body? Or it'd be like weird milling cutouts on the front of the body with like twisters. So it seems to be more of a mash of two styles, like getting
I can't help but wonder. I can't help but wonder if that is actually a bit of kit mashing. just for to come up with something different that people hope that people, even if it's free, the fact that people are using your body makes people feel good. And I can't help but wonder, like they putting tack rails on something that's like half twister. Is that because maybe somebody wants to have a camera mount, but they also want the twister style body, but
Or they want it for night games or
could be, but
CQB urban
the
games.
thing is, if you're building a marker specifically for night games that you're going to then put rails on and stuff, why do you want a fancy body on it? Because I mean,
no, that's the exact thing I was getting to.
Mhm.
If they just did an EMEC body 3D printed that was Twister style,
Mhm.
it'd sell.
Mhm.
If they did one that was Tac 1 style,
Yeah.
that'd sell on its own. They don't need to have this mashup.
Yeah.
See, the problem with the 3D printed bodies, a lot of the ones I've seen that
Mhm.
people have used, the feed next, the stub snaps off them. That's brittle.
Yeah.
The material is too brittle. It is not a solid piece of material. It's layers upon layers of material. They
Right
aren't
in here.
solid enough.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I do think there is that problem.
Hence why I've not done them.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm gonna sit down and do some design and look at doing some aluminium bodies for them.
Yeah.
But that's
Really?
a fair way off.
Mm.
Because the sheer amount of engineering and machining that's got to go into doing something like that, it's not as easy as doing a little design on a computer and pressing go on your printer.
Well, the thing is with the 3D printed thing, I mean, I don't know what the internal is like. I don't know if it's how straightforward that sleeve
like a
is.
hexagon.
Yeah, well, therefore, if it's like a
hexagon,
hexagon, you can't really put it on a lathe, can you? You kind of put it on a mill. At least you could maybe get so far with it, but then how do you cut a hexagon out on the inside of something on a lathe or a mill? Obviously, you would know how to do that.
See, I
I've
think
got no
what
idea.
I'd have to probably slightly adapt the design of the glass reinforced nylon body so that it could be machined, and potentially it might be something a bit sort of like a clamshell.
Right.
So like two halves that meet into the middle, but I haven't really thought about it. I've been doing other bits and pieces.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, you're always busy, aren't you? But the thing is,
making whiskey tumblers.
Yeah, but the thing is, obviously with a 3D printer, you can print stuff that is hollow because you're building up layer by layer, so that you don't have that issue when it's a 3D print. But 3D printing stuff is, especially stuff that is going to need that's going to need good strength to it. I don't know how better to put that. It seems to be great for printing prototypes and things like that, but it's not something that's designed to. In a lot of things, it doesn't seem it's designed to last for a long period of time.
It's not designed to take the hammer that.
Yes, that like aluminium or something.
You give it. Yeah, I mean the best lasting 3D printing I've ever seen is my pump handle.
But again, that's something that it hasn't got a lot of.
It's not really got that much stress on involved in it.
Yeah. I mean, it things like that are perfect for it, but it doesn't have like a lot of weight being big sort of. It doesn't have to support a lot of weight. It's just got that little action of moving backwards and forwards. I suppose if you were to go mental with it, in all honesty, I think the first thing that would break if you were to go mental with your pump handle would probably be you'd probably bend the pump arms as opposed to anything else.
Yeah.
But then you probably it probably would smash those where the pump arms screw into. But Chan, Shadow Knives has asked, can you make a TMC mag adapter for the TPX?
Sorry, or what?
A TMC mag adapter for the TPX. So I'm assuming
no, it wouldn't work.
It would potentially, but it would be.
No, wouldn't the mags double the fucking size?
Exactly. But have you not seen where
You can't.
Have you not seen?
You can't put the.
Go on.
You can do it the other way round.
But that...
What you'd end up with is like an M16 style mag, from the sounds of it, that's got like a stupidly long feed neck to fit into the magwell of the TPX.
Yes.
Almost like an extended banana mag.
Yes.
For like an AK.
Yeah, that's exactly what my thought is. If you...
Yeah, but it'd be pointless because you'd have that many blooming balls still left in the TMC mag.
You'd have to be making complete mags rather than an adapter.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Ben's right.
What I think, the way I think it could be done.
Just going back quickly to bit the swordfish kit being mentioned, because I completely forgot about this until I read it in the comments. That's what MCS, which formerly known as Route 4,
right?
That's the swordfish kit is basically the big front block extension that makes it look a lot more kind of Gucci tactical, kind of like having a
compensator
muzzle brake. Yeah, almost like a compensator or muzzle brake, but it is the same size as the front of the marker and the shroud.
A bit like the front end.
Hello.
Yeah, Chan just dropped out there. Give him a second to see if he comes back. But while we're waiting on Chan coming back, have you?
I can hear you.
Oh, we can actually hear you there now.
All right, well, I can hear before. What I was saying was, is it a bit like the block that I did for me Han Solo TPX? Hello?
Yeah.
I can't quite remember.
Can't remember.
You know, the easiest way to explain it, Chan. You know what? You see like a more tactical Desert Eagle. It's got the extended compensator / muzzle brake on the front. That's in essence what a swordfish kit is. I've seen a lot of people on like the MG100 pages chucking up photos when they've bought kits like that to obviously make it look more Gucci and tactical, but there's no. It's mainly to put it bluntly, a vanity item rather than helpful.
Just to make it heavier.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that does actually look cool. Yeah, it does look really good, but it is, just as you said, it's just a compensator.
It's not even like a compensator. It's like having a shroud extension.
But, so if we go back to the just brainstorming over the idea of the extended mag for a TPX, well, it would effectively work as more of an extended mag as opposed to a mag
adapter. Thank you, Gusty, if you're still watching.
No, I have looked.
Gassie's just linked us to the swordfish kit.
Yeah. I don't like. I try and avoid bouncing between
just
stuff.
Given the best description.
Yeah.
The front end of a pulse rifle from Aliens.
I do think it really looks good, but I wouldn't put one on a TPX.
I think it looks like a bolter almost.
Yes, actually, yeah, a bit more like a bolter.
I think with the holes and stuff in it, more looks like the heavy flamer or a combi flamer.
Yeah.
Combi flamer.
Especially with that the grip thing underneath the front.
Yeah.
What are they, like resistance grips or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're just supposed to brace against them or something. I don't
really know. Almost like the comfort grips.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like a completely enclosed grip.
No, it's not. I don't think it was a completely enclosed grip, was it?
No, I mean enclosed as in the grip goes all the way around with a hole in the middle.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. I don't think it was.
Well,
no, not
that's
on
the one
the
that I was
MG100 Swordfish, no.
Yeah. But right, so talking about a TMC to TPX mag adapter, the way that I would think about it being done is effectively, Colin. You might have seen these. It's normally pistol players that use high cappers on HPA loadouts.
Speed softer setup.
Where they have like an M16 mag stuck underneath the pistol.
Yeah, well, but the thing with that is that works if you're using a high cap mag that's got 400 rounds in it.
Yeah, because you've got the rounds to continue
anywhere up to 600 rounds. It doesn't matter if there's 30 rounds stuck in the magazine stack.
Yeah.
Whereas on a TPX, it wouldn't work.
Do you know what would work, Colin? Box mag adapter.
Well, you know, you can get
max loader.
You can get the drum mags to fit on the bottom of TPXs, which I think have about 100 shots in them. But what the only way I can think about it actually working on a TPX would be
Sarge kit.
No, I'm not talking about the drum mag. I'm talking about doing the extended mags. I had a Sarge kit and I actually quite liked it. It was when I was trying to go for more of like a rifle sort of setup. But if you had in the mag adapter, you would have to have some sort of like detent in it, so that you could pump the 10 rounds into the mag that fed up inside the TPX, and then it would hold those rounds up inside there. And then when you fed a TMC mag in, that would push the rounds up, and you'd have maybe 20 continuous shots. And then there would be 10 balls stuck in the magwell, the fake magwell, the magwell adapter, whatever you want to call it, that would sit there until you stuck another mag in, when you then have another 20 continuous shots. It would just mean that you would perpetually have, say, somewhere near 10 shots in your TPX that you couldn't use, unless you turned the marker upside down and had a gravity feed.
You might have been able to do it using some form of like the old style 98 A5 orange detent.
Well, I mean that's what they basically have got in the TPX.
Yeah, but rather than in the breech, having it in the magwell adapter.
Well, the thing is, you would have to have it in both. You'd have to have a one in the breech, and you would also have to have one in the magwell adapter to stop the balls from dropping back out when you're changing mags.
Dex, you're gonna have one in the breech anyway. I just meant in the adapter to do what you're saying.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Yeah, you'd have to do both, but it could be done. I just think you'd be more likely to break something as opposed to have a good time, because the first time you try and slide into a bunker or anything, you're gonna hit that mag that's sticking out the bottom, and it's just gonna smash off. It's like, I don't know how airsoft players can play like that with those massive mags sticking out the bottom that just look really fragile.
Because they use a pistol as a primary.
I know they use a pistol as a primary, but my point is, if you try sliding around or anything, you're just gonna. There's a very good likelihood of you sharing that off. If you have just an extended mag, that's a different matter, because you've still got the same normal mobility as that. But when you've got something that is, adding a full AK mag to the bottom of your pistol, and just connected by a little tube, it looks like it.
No different to risking a core sample as a snake player.
Yeah, I do think there is a similarity there. Ben Gassy says he sent you a link.
Yeah, that's not the grip that I've normally seen. I've just opened it up. That's not the grip I've normally seen with the swordfish kit. Because normally the ones I've seen have had both of the front shrouds on plus the swordfish kit.
Yeah.
And they've had, I think it's Harris Arms that make it. It's more like, the front of a P90.
Yes.
Not from video game.
Yeah.
Imagine the P90's front grip. That's got like the enclosed space with a hole in the middle. That's the kind of grip that I've seen.
Yeah.
On two like the full 2-part shroud.
Yeah.
MGs rather than the thumbnail with the link.
See, I'm not a huge fan of the P90 grips, like the thumb-through grips, on anything but the P90. I think on most other things, they just look out of place. I understand that they might be more comfortable and stuff, but to me, they just look completely out of place.
To be fair, there's actually one marker.
Yeah,
I don't think it has one on it that would actually suit it. I remember seeing, because I'm still on the Karmatech owners group.
Yeah.
Someone had actually basically taken their, I think it was a Gen 1 SAR, absolutely gutted it.
Yeah.
In terms of like the the air in stock, sorry, the tanking stock, etc. And they'd actually machined enough parts. It looked ugly on the outside, but the concept and the fact it was functional was absolutely amazing. They'd made a bullpup SAR 12.
Yeah, he wasn't. I think it was it Dave or something? No, a guy. It was a guy called Omega.
It wasn't Dave, because I think by that I'm guessing you think it's a guy with Dave Williams. He's the guy that's behind Karmatech.
No, not
it.
Him.
It wasn't the guy called Dave that posted it, I don't think.
Yeah. I'm not sure. It might not be. It might not be Dave. I can't remember. I might have just made that up. But he was a guy that went by Omega, and he had a skeleton thing mounted on his mask that had, I'm sure it was horns. And I talked to him for a while, and he was on about building a bullpup SAR, but I stopped talking. I just haven't spoken to him for ages now, so I don't know if he ever actually got it done or not. I'm actually going to have a quick look and see if I can find his page. Right.
So I've now quickly hopped onto the Karmatech group to see if I can scroll back through the photos I've been sent up to see if I can send you a link for the bullpup one.
Yeah. Aha. Yeah. It is. It's Omega. It's not. It wasn't horns that he had on his mask. It was like this skeleton sort of the eye holes and nose bit, and then the top jaw. But then he had made and mounted the lower part of the jaw. It was on sheet metal. It is at Omega MVP on his Facebook. On Facebook, yeah, if you actually want to have a look. He hasn't uploaded anything for a month by the looks of it. 13th of March.
Where's Colin gone?
Is that a SAR 12?
No, it's not you, Colin. That's a SAR 12. It's been made into a bullpup. So the picture from above is what like the layout that it should have been. That's the Gen 2, I think it is. That stock, and that shows just the reason why it's put side by side shows where the trigger grip would have been. Obviously, the bottle behind it, the mag in front. But then, obviously, the one beneath is what he's done to make it into a bullpup, and that was obviously before he'd added obviously a stock or butt plate to it.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
The problem I have with that is bullpup in paintball guns are a bit pointless because they don't have long actions. Like all he would have had to done is taken that sliding stock off the standard SAR one, and then either you could put something like a drop forward on, or you could run it without a bottle on and use a remote line.
But in how he's done it, it's no different in the concept of the British Army SA-80. You're shooting mainly right-handed. Your left can still change a mag and release, in real steel sense, still change a mag and release the working parts with your offhand. And it's not, to be fair, bullpups in paintball, but if you've got even slight muscle memory from just practicing loading and unloading the mags, bullpups aren't a major issue.
No, I used to find it alright with the SA-80.
I now need to look up, not in this group, the
but
MG100.
That what he's built there, like you said, it doesn't look pretty, but I can appreciate it.
Functional.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would rather, me and Chan have talked about this before. About the idea of form over function over form. Sorry. If it works, it doesn't matter what it looks like, as long as it works. I mean, if something works and looks pretty, yeah, that's brilliant. But I'd rather have something that works than looks pretty.
Yeah, that's why any decent engineer gets it to work first and then makes it look pretty afterwards.
Yeah.
It's kind of half a job if you only do the first bit and don't bother to dress it up afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But we'll not go down that conversation about where that conversation arose from in the first place tonight, Chan. Gassy says airsofters don't slide decks. Well, now that is the part of the problem, Gassy. Normal airsofters don't. Speed softers do.
But I've just sent you 4 now. Well, you 3 plus Gassy. A photo
that's
of
the one
ones
I've
that
seen.
That's the grips that I've seen people put on with the swordfish kit, rather than the one that's shown in with the MCS.
Yeah. It's like the proper P90 front grip.
Yeah, that's why our best I could describe it was an enclosed, angled foregrip.
You see, now that I don't think looks as good as the one that Gassy sent. In fact, has that actually got a full extra front section on it? Yeah, I think has that got an extra?
Yeah, that's what I meant by the 2 shroud.
Yeah,
because I think, if I remember rightly, with the MG100, there's the 2 angled sections and then a smaller one to square it off.
Yeah.
So that's got the small squared off, so it's basically like a 1.5 shroud.
Yeah, that the one that Gassy shared, to me that looks better there. It's just simpler. I think it's probably they having the holographic sight on it there, the sort of the shorter barrel length. It just looks tidy, and I can imagine with a barrel on that is actually very comfortable and isn't that much different to what you're used to shooting already.
You're just looking at it and thinking, how can I make it stock class?
Magfed is stock class. It's just stock class with a spring in it.
So not stock class then.
Magfed is just modified stock class. Prove us wrong.
Well, it's not true stock class, is it, Mr. Purist?
Well, neither's my VSC Phantom. Yeah. True stock class is very, very strict. You can't have any slam fire. It's got to be, I think, no more than 20, I think, maximum in the stick feed. The stick feed has to be horizontal to the body. It has to be right parallel with the body. You can't have anything more than a 12 gram in it. So like genuine stock class is just difficult to do. In fact, I'm not even sure if a PGP technically is true stock class, because I think you can slam fire a PGP. Hard to do, but I'm pretty sure you can do it. But yeah, like I said, it's just modified stock class. That's one of the reasons why it actually annoyed me so much when Magfed was first sort of kicking off in a big way, that people wouldn't allow, people used to say that I wasn't allowed to go and play because I was using a pump, and it was like, you are effectively playing the same thing. What's the problem?
On a lighter note, can I give you a wonderful word with no English equivalent?
Go for it.
Kummerspeck, which is a German word meaning excess weight gain from emotional overeating. Literal definition of it is grief bacon.
Grief bacon?
Yeah.
Is that grief bacon or grief baking?
No, bacon, as in
that doesn't
rashers of bacon. Because that's the literal translation, but it has no English equivalent, because in German it means excess weight gain from emotional and overeating.
Yeah, but do you understand?
Quite a lot of people are doing in these hard times.
The thing is, though, there's several words at least like that in German, like Schadenfreude. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but it's taking pleasure in somebody else's pain, or at least in like somebody else's in somebody else's unhappiness. Paul Cross says the PGP won't slam fire. Well, you know, I'm wrong again. Yeah, maybe that was what was wrong with me.
You need to learn when Paul's watching the stream.
Well, I'm just gonna have to see if I can work out how to program the chat so that it gives us notifications when Paul's watching.
Hang on, Paul is always watching.
We are not worthy.
even when Colin's told the stream is over, Paul's still watching.
Yeah. Even when the stream ends, Paul is still watching. Apparently the thing with German is that they just literally mash words together to create a new word, or they just add more words onto the end of a word to mean something else. So that's how you end up with German words that are ridiculously long. But yes, I quite like that. What was the word again, Ben?
Hang on, you think German words are ridiculously long? Look at Welsh.
Yeah. Isn't there a place name that has something like 56 letters in it?
Yeah, it's got that famous train station name that ends in gogogoch. Trying to say.
Oh god, it's just popped into my head there. What's
that, Ben? You want some cock?
Have you ever seen
as long
the
as
clip?
As long as it says side shaven, ponytailed northern idiot, it'll be getting some rather than giving.
Northern idiot.
It's the idiot bit that he's offended by. Not saying that you're going to give him a struggle snuggle or anything like that. It's the fact that you called him an idiot that he's offended by.
To be fair, it could have been a lot worse.
Your EMAC bill's now double.
So it's the price of your hair valve.
Oh man.
To be fair, I could have gone with Metal Monkey, and that could have been either a description of his taste in music or his profession.
Mm.
And yet you're still calling us a monkey.
Are you not?
Well, what is your hang on, Chan? What is your reaction when you see something interesting or that you like? Ooh.
Fuck you.
Oh.
Actually, yeah, thinking about it, I sent a couple of photos into the live stream chat, Dex, if you've got your screen mirror thing down.
Right. Yes, I should have screen share available. So I'll close that one from Gas.
This is where Chan breaks the stream.
Potentially, yes. Right. So it's these two photos here.
I think there should be 4 in total.
Right. I'm just trying to see if there's. Oh yeah, 4. Yeah. Is that a? Ooh.
Pew, pew.
Right. So I'll go with that one first. Right then, so go to screen share and see if this actually works. Right, so screen share. There we go. So, over on the screen share page.
Delay to see this.
Yeah, I know it'll take a little while for you guys to catch up on this one, but there we are.
In the chat.
I don't know what we're looking at.
We are looking at it's the first photo. It's the photo of Ben's grip.
Oh, right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very, very tidy. I'll move on to the next photo there. Just another shot of that. Yeah, your leather working. It looks spot on there, Chan. That looks like you've had like a micrometer out there for to measure the distances between everything.
That's what she said.
Honestly, like that. I think that was the third one because because the way that you do the leather cord, obviously you wrap from the center point.
Yeah.
So you like fold it in half and then start from there. So I had to work out how much leather I needed, and then to get the tension right for when I was pulling it taut to see where it would wrap to.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to wrap it once, unwrap it, wrap it again to check the length, then cut it to length, and then do the final wrap.
Yeah. Very canny.
I eventually got there. Like, I don't know whether I've got early onset arthritis though, because my hand started to cramp up.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the tension on it while I was, because you've got to cross them over in the same pattern every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like one over the other, and then the back side of it's the other over the eye.
But that does look really tidy.
On the plus side, it's probably not arthritis because I get the same when trying to do certain weave patterns, fucking keychains and stuff for using paracord.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Oh well, that's a bonus.
Mm.
Yeah, it's more. Oh, well, hopefully, it's more than likely just a tension cramp.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is that a pound or it's 20 pence?
Pound.
Yeah. That looks really good. If somebody wanted to get that, how much would you be looking at?
I don't know. That's the first one I've done, and it's a lot more work than doing a metal one.
Yeah. Well, obviously, yeah.
Obviously, I had to. It has got metal inside of it. It's got a steel rod running through it, which has got the thread that bolts it onto the frame itself. So it's like a 12 mil, the round bar, which is about 50 or 60 mil long, which is epoxied into the center, and then the full bit's turned, and then I polished from 240, then 320, 500, 800, and then 1200 wet and dry, and then tongue oil polish, so it's smooth as a baby's arse.
Yeah.
And then obviously wrapping the leather.
With a bit of leather.
But it's very nice.
Oh, also with what did I use? It's kind of like a litmus papery, like a waxed paper.
Right.
And that's how I got the burned marks onto the wood. So basically, you just hold it on while it's spinning, and the friction heats the wood up to the point where it chars it.
All right.
Gave it the sort of deer horn sort of look to it.
Yeah, I don't think it's
without obviously having to chop off a deer's horn.
Yeah, I don't think it would be right to call it marbling, but
no, it's not. Yeah, I see what you're sort of saying.
Ashened.
Yeah.
The thing is, I know exactly. I just can't. I know exactly what you mean, Chan. I just can't think of the words to describe it. But yeah, it does look brilliant. Right. So, are these other two things that you want? Something that you want showing up as well? Hang on. Is that something that Albert's posted? I don't know. It was the next two pictures. Well, I don't know who sent them from looking at these. From looking at this, yeah.
The silver thing.
Yeah, the silver thing.
Aye, that's me.
Alright, that's you. Okay.
Because you haven't been testing that out already, Chan, to forget that less than an hour ago you sent me those same two pictures.
No, it's the marking on the table that's like this here. I thought it was a coffee cup holder thing. I thought from the little pictures, I genuinely thought it was like a stove with a cup on the top of it. I thought it was like part of Albert's walking gear that he'd been like making a brew somewhere and was showing me his teapot thing.
All right. Well, it's not.
I must apologise, Chana. I apologise. I was only looking at a very small photo.
Fair enough. Basically, was just having bit sort of practice just to keep me brain active at work, to make sure all my skills stay fresh in me. To use the different cutters. So basically that job pretty much came off the machine complete as you see it there.
Yeah.
With all the grooves and stuff cut into it and the board.
That's very nice.
And I'm gonna get it anodized, like Banzai Splash.
Nice. Are these EMEC back caps?
No, it's a whiskey tumbler.
All right.
And obviously it's made out of solid aluminium.
Ah, that's why.
Idea
being,
the second one's upside down, which is because obviously like a normal tumbler, like a blown glass tumbler, it's got like sort of little nodules on the bottom to stop ring marks on countertop.
Yeah.
The same sort of thing with the grooves in, but idea with it being aluminium, obviously once it's been anodized, you can put the whole thing in the freezer, and then when you pour your short into it, you don't have to put ice cubes in, which waters it. So
very nice. So are these going to be available on Northern Custom Works then?
Potentially. I might put some photos up after it's been anodized, and then if there's enough interest, I might do like a limited run, say 10 or 20 of them.
I'd be interested. I would definitely be interested.
The other thing at some point I wanted to do is some steins.
Nice. Yes.
Jesus.
Yes. I want a stein and I want a whiskey tumbler. Definitely.
Yes.
Right. Before we keep talking, 2-minute warning. I plan on ending the stream at the 2-hour mark, so we've got like literally just under 2 minutes for it to go before that. But if we run over slightly, that's nothing unusual, is it?
Remember the delay, so that's now 2 minutes past 10 by stream.
We are down to just 2 viewers anyway, so
one of them is me.
And probably
the other one might be Paul Cross.
I think the other one is probably Paul. Yeah. Paul, feel free to download Discord and join in, and you can come and actually talk to him.
Well, when did Colin sneak off?
I don't actually know. So, Chan.
I'm now just hating how expensive fucking me just been like, yes, have free will, Chan. Do whatever you want to it. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many other cool things I've got in mind to put on it.
I'm just curious as to what else Chan's going to come up with.
There's something new that I've not done on an EMEC yet that I want to try on Ben's.
Do it. I have. This is the way. Do it.
Well, I've still got to do the drawings for the axe head for the barrel.
God. Hang on. Is this like a kind of shroud to go over barrel, or are we talking what Neil's original idea was?
Well, see, I was in two minds because I thought I could do one is like a barrel sock, or do one that goes over the outside of the barrel and is like an axe bayonet.
Yes. Like a TPX barrel plug, kinda.
Yeah, like a TPX barrel plug, but obviously it's then got an axe.
So more, it's going to be more like an Apex tip without the internals.
Yeah. If I could get hold of an Apex tip, I could just build it around that, and it would have the internals.
Well, but you got to remember, unless the stock barrel goes for anodizing as well, it's going to be that one NCW
Oh, the
3/4
Rex
barrel.
barrel.
Yeah.
Go for the barrel plug.
I could do the barrel plug or like an outer sheath one, because basically it would just have a couple of little small nylon tip grip screws.
I'd say
hold it
just
up.
go for the barrel plug. Or plug/sock, whichever version, because that'd finish the more overall look, because it'd just get lost and be heavier at the front end otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, it'd only be 3D print, so it would weigh next to nothing. But
yeah, I'd
with
still
doing it as a barrel sleeve, it means you can put it on more than just that marker.
The thing is, a barrel sleeve you keep on while you're doing other stuff. With a barrel plug, you would take it off to then play, to then put it back on to walk back in the safe zone.
No, sorry. When I say like sleeve, I mean like a barrel sock, not like a plug, so it goes over the barrel.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
I'd say sleeve, plug, stop, whichever it is. I'd prefer it to be a protector rather than something that's like
on all the time.
Aesthetic.
Yeah, almost like having a barrel tip.
I think. Do you know what this kind of actually makes us think of? I know you know. I know you used to still do play 40k, Chan. Ben, did you ever?
What? Yes, I had about at one point. I had something like 15 or 18,000 points worth of Blood Angels paint.
Well, I'm specifically thinking
18,000.
Yes, and I will specify this: not painted by me.
So that's probably been a fair amount of money.
I had 2,500 points worth World Eaters. And that filled the
Chan, just to give you an example, I was running as my normal 2,500 point list, 2 Sakarans, a fucking heavy laser version, obviously AliExpress, not fucking Forge World, because I ain't paying fucking £100 a fucking model. I had everything from Titans. I could have literally fielded. I could have fielded a legitimate company in terms of layout,
Jesus.
but not quite a chapter. It got to the point of I so regret selling them. You remember the old style jump packs, the metal ones, the really nice jump packs?
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 full assault squads, command squad, plus some of the characters, with them, all painted matching brilliantly. I also had at the time 45 to 50 bare metal, unpainted, unfitted Mark II jump packs as well. And when I got rid of the entire army, and they still went for, I paid about 6 or 7 quid per. It averaged about 6 or 7 quid per jump pack, and I think in batches of £5 a piece. Not £5 per batch, but £5 per individual jump pack. So, the only thing I've got at the minute is a Leviathan that's part built, part painted, because my commission bloke had bipolar. I forgot about the model, and it took me 3 years to get it back from him.
Bloody hell.
On the plus side, it never came from AliExpress with a base. He said he couldn't find the base and gave me a tenner.
Oh, well, you win some, you lose some, eh? Might have taken you 3 years to get it back, but you got £10 with it as well.
Yeah, but I lost the magnet size.
Yeah.
It had 4 grams.
But so, what I was going to say, it's Ben, your marker, to me, sounds like, if you're familiar with the Eldar had, like, gods.
Yeah.
And one of them was like a Grim Reaper type guy.
Yeah, but they also had, you remember the Dark Web spiders?
Nope, not really.
They were like the Eldars. They were a cross between, like, Space Marine Devastators in terms of heavy weaponry, but they had deep strike capability, like assault troops. but their guns,
the warp
the older
spiders
models had. Yeah, that's it. Might be the warp spiders I'm thinking of, because their guns were quite elongated, but they had the hook at the front like a scythe.
Yeah. No, that wasn't the warp spiders. The warp spiders had they were meant to be like a plasma weapon or something, and they were short and stubby. And the idea was that it's like they could teleport units like into different areas. There was another unit which was like they were all kind of Grim Reaper themed characters, and I think it was their HR.
It's almost like if you turned the Mark 1 Devastators with the las cannons, the heavy bolters, where the magazine was on their shoulder and above. If you turned that round, I'd prefer that to be more like a barrel shock or plug than something that is on the marker during play.
Yeah.
Because to be fair, you're not really going to spot someone with a decent looking marker when you're out playing. You might glance, they've got an anode marker, but that'd be about it.
Yeah. It's going to be when you're in the safe zone showing it off.
Yeah, and I know full well that, yes, it's going to cost me a lot getting all this work done by Chan, but I don't care because it shows off the phenomenal quality of his work.
You've probably paid for it and then some.
Yeah.
To be fair, I still think that it will work out evens overall in the way I see it, because, like you say, the grip alone is probably easily 2 to 3 times the amount of work that I'm guessing a metal grip foregrip is, and it's the same with spare barrel price of weight.
We lost you there, Ben.
Yeah, I lost him as well. Ben.
Well, anyway, I think I'm going to end the stream here. But we'll stay on for a little bit longer and we can talk in just in the Discord chat. That's right. Well, Ben, can you hear over there now? I'm guessing that's a no. Well, unfortunately, guys, for those of you that are still watching, it does seem that we have lost Ben at the moment.
No, you haven't. I'm here.
Aha, yeah,
back. It went out of Wi-Fi range.
Right.
So it went quiet.
Fair enough. I'm just saying, I'll end the stream now, but we can still sit and talk for like a little bit longer.
No, I'm cool with that.
Right. Nice one.
So Paul Cross will get dropped out pretty much.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Paul, if you want to drop into the Discord and talk with me, feel free. You know, the Discord is free for anyone to drop into and for join and talk. That's what I created it for. So, yep. You should be able to find a link, or if you ask one of us, we can send you a link to the Discord. But yeah, anyway, I suppose thank you for those. Well, thank you, Paul, for watching. Thank you, everyone else that has watched through the night.
Dedication.
Yeah, yes, it definitely is. Would either of you guys like to say anything before we go?
Yes, just quickly on the Paul's last comment I've just spotted on my tablet. It's the barrel that Chan already has is freakboard. It would just be a case of if it was going to be a shroud that could be used like a faux silencer, I'd prefer that to be on the stock barrel and freakboard than to risk damaging the lovely one that I posted up, which I think actually you did like when Chris Davis asked in Autococker's owner's pages about Freak Boring King.
Yes, Chan is the Freak Boring King. That sounds like a good thing and a bad thing. Right, so Chan, would you like to say anything?
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Just to the stream, that is.
Yeah. Right, well, guys, it has been a pleasure, as always, for try and entertain you. My name is Dexter. I shall see you next Wednesday, if not before then. Hopefully, I might have been able to modify things slightly more. We might be able to get a little bit more sort of interaction going.
Just do it before you do, just before you do the stream.
Yeah.
You're unorganised git.
Well, I work best No, I can't even do that. I'd never work best anywhere. I was going to say under pressure, but I really don't. Well, it has been a pleasure to entertain you as always. My name is Dexter. I've been joined by Ben, Chan, and Colin tonight. It's different points. But thank you very much for watching.
And I so need the swear jar.
Yes, we know what it is with the software that I've got now for the Streamlabs OBS. I can actually put like a tip jar on screen, so people if people want to donate, they know how much they've donated, and we could just put a tip jar on, just call it Ben's swear jar.
No, you'd have to call it Rexy's swear jar, because otherwise there could be cross-contamination with the Ben.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know what it is? I think I might look into that and just see if I can stick that up on the screen as well. Yeah. But I might
force people to donate when I swear.
Yes, just Ben's swear jar. Rexy's swear jar.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'm now on the 4th can, and I'm swearing less than at the start of the stream.
Yeah. Well, I do have to tag whether this is suitable for children or not before the stream goes live. So I'll always tag not suitable for children. Yeah.
I've definitely brought the tone down the more I've been on Discord.
Nah, not really. Right, anyway, guys. Yes, so I'm going to end the stream. I shall catch us later. It's been a pleasure as always, and we shall see you next time. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Love you, bye.